What are our marching orders, dear leader? We don't operate like a fucking cult. You need to see this interaction on CNN yesterday between Kaitlan Collins and Robert Garcia, where Kaitlan Collins, who generally I think does a good job, but she did used to work for Tucker Carlson's Daily Caller. If you don't know where her past is, that's her history. And sometimes I think some of that comes through, it just shines through. She's unable, this University of Alabama grad, if that tells you anything about what her politics might be. I don't know. Don't know. Just asking questions, like Tucker Carlson always did. But in this, she's asking Robert Garcia, Congressman from California, about Donald Trump and what he thinks about what the Democrats have done wrong, and his advice and his really poking fun at Democrats that he says have lost our confidence. Asking Democrats about Democrats having lost their confidence. And when Robert Garcia pushes back and says, well, I don't think he's in any position to give advice, she's like, well, he won the election, as though that happened in a vacuum, and everything else that's taken place since then is just filler. I don't know. Donald Trump's polling numbers are plummeting. They are in the shitter, absolutely. And she has he won the election. He must be a genius about Democrats being demoralized and not having a leader at this moment. Of course, Donald Trump is not he's not inventing this out of his own mind, making political calculations. He's listening to the media. He's listening to people like me, maybe, who are calling on Democrats in leadership to do the right thing and to stand up and not be a Chuck Schumer or a Hakeem Jeffries. But let me tell you, as a Democrat, speaking to Democrats largely, we have not lost our confidence. In fact, I think we are more emboldened than maybe ever before to make change, to send Donald Trump a message. And for CNN to validate the question as though Donald Trump is right, one, not your fucking job, Kaitlan Collins. But more importantly, it's just wrong. And you're talking to someone in Robert Garcia who is one of the good ones, who is actually a fighter. Watch this moment and then we'll talk a little bit about it on the other side.
And President Trump weighed in on this. He told The Atlantic that Democrats have lost their confidence in the truest sense. I don't think they know what they're doing. I think they have no leader. He said, if you ask me right now, I know a lot about the Democratic Party. I can't tell you who their leader is. One, does he have a point about Democrats losing their confidence right now?
Look, let's be clear. Donald Trump shouldn't be giving anyone advice. His numbers are tanking.
I don't know. He won the election.
Right now, his numbers are tanking. He's underwater in the Fox News poll. He's finally underwater on his best issue, immigration. His polls continue to decline week after week. Democrats right now are organized. We're going not just into our own districts, we're going into Republican districts, doing Republican town halls. Greg was just in a few Republican districts. I've been in Republican districts. Voters are fired up to take on essentially the billionaires and Elon Musk in this country that are stealing dollars and resources and benefits from working class people, eliminating agencies, attacking programs, taking more away from the poor who need our support. And I think our message is going to continue to resonate, but we've got to be in the fight. And I think one thing that I think, whether it's Governor Pritzker, whether other governors across the country or our own leadership, is at this moment, we've got to fight and push back hard.
So because there's not one leader out front leading like Donald Trump does, we don't have a cult, Donald Trump. We don't have a cult, Kaitlan Collins. We don't need one defined person that we look to tell us what to do. What are our marching orders, dear leader? We don't operate like a fucking cult. There are many Democrats in leadership who are elected to office, who are doing good work, who are out there fighting, who are out there messaging, who are out there rallying the troops, so to speak. It's not Chuck Schumer. He's talking about firing off tersely worded emails. Oh, we send him a strongly worded letter. That's not going to get the job done. Hakeem Jeffries, busy with his charts and hand movements, and as a guy who moves his hands when he talks, it's saying something. But there are many people who are at lower levels in the Democratic Party who are actually doing something. We got David Hogg, vice chair of the DNC, actually saying we're gonna primary people who aren't doing their jobs. There is an element in the Democratic Party that is fighting, mostly coming from places like you and me. I was in Vermont over the weekend, just taking a few days to decompress, and we happened upon, in a tiny town in Woodstock, Vermont, we happened upon a protest. I went over, talked to some people, grabbed a sign, stood there for a few minutes, and let me tell you, it is within the organic ranks of Democrats that we're seeing resistance, that we're seeing fighting back, and we're seeing people demand from their elected officials that they do something. That they don't just offer platitudes, but they offer action. So Donald Trump, wrong. Kaitlan Collins, well, he won the election, wrong. Donald Trump doesn't have some sense of politics better than anybody else. We are not a cult. These are all things that maybe you should take away from this, as I ramble a little bit too much. Anyway, I invite you to this ongoing conversation. I would love to know where I'm wrong, where you think I'm right. Let's talk about it. You can do it in the comments. You can also call my voicemail line, 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me daily@dollemore.com. I appreciate you very much. Please, if you appreciate me, if I bring you value on a video by video basis, if I've ever done anything for you that you think warrants your support, please consider it for $2 a month. You can click the join button below, become a channel member right here on YouTube. You can also go to my Patreon page. Patreon's just a funding mechanism like a channel membership. It's off. It also supports my podcast, I Doubt It Podcast, which you should subscribe to. You go to patreon.com/I Doubt It Podcast and help support this work there. I love and appreciate you very much. I'll see you next time. Until then, be genuine and take care of one another. Many of you are aware that my dear friend and brother of choice, not of blood, Brett McAfee, suffered a near fatal medical emergency last summer while our families were on vacation in Scotland. I appreciate to no end the outpouring of support for Brett that you all gave. And I'm also very happy to report that he is safe and healing and working that long path of recovery. What I've probably not told you about Brett is that beyond being an excellent friend, he's also a talented writer. We have been the best of friends since we were kids, and I have been continually inspired by his creativity and by the truly singular take that he has on life. Over 2 decades ago, he wrote a poem called The Grateful Child. It's an acknowledgement of all the simple strengths that we tend to overlook. Written from the perspective of a young person, multiple grateful children express gratitude to their parents for the elements that make them who they are. The accounting of these everyday gifts inspires a clear reminder that we should not take anything for granted. I've shared Brett's remarkable poem with numerous people over the years, and a reoccurring response is that this should be a book. Well, we finally decided to listen to those people. The Grateful Child is not only a children's book for adults in your life, it's also an adult's book for children in your life. Everyone will appreciate its straightforward yet elegant celebration of life's little endowments. Click the link below to pre-order now, or simply scan this QR code and order your copy or copies today. But this being an illustrated book, we could not survive on the words alone. To pair with Brett's touching words, we searched all over for an illustrator who could bring The Grateful Child to visual life. We landed on somebody right here in the community from this show. Leah Farshid is an internationally acclaimed illustrator who, like you, is also an audience member. The moment we saw the first images that Leah drew to accompany Brett's text, we knew we had a perfect combination. It brings me tremendous joy to share my best friend's beautiful poem and Leah's spectacular images with the world. Everyone can benefit from The Grateful Child, just as I benefit from Brett's lifelong friendship. Share this beautiful book with your children. Share it with your parents or other relatives. The Grateful Child is an easy and exceptional way to show appreciation for someone in your life, young or old. Support someone you love and support this channel by giving The Grateful Child. Click the link below to pre-order now, or simply scan this QR code. I am pretty sure your children need a copy, and your mom. your nieces and your nephews, your Grandpa Charlie too. Don't forget Grandpa Charlie. I think he'd love this. Make the Grateful Child a part of your life. It has been such an excellent part of mine.